The 1990s were iconic bright colors, pop culture explosions, and a decade that shaped an entire generation. But here's the catch. Not everything from the 90s would survive in today's world. In fact, some of the most popular trends from that era would be instantly canceled if they reappeared now. From questionable fashion choices to problematic entertainment tropes, the 90s were a different time. So, let's dive into the top 10 90s trends that would get canceled. Today, 1. Blackface and racially insensitive comedy in the 90s. Comedy shows and even children's cartoons often relied on stereotypes for cheap laughs. Whether it was mocking, accents, exaggerated portrayals of different ethnicities, or even blackface performances, this was mainstream humor. Today, such portrayals would be called out immediately for perpetuating racism and reinforcing harmful stereotypes. Modern audiences demand respect, and humor at the expense of marginalized groups is no longer acceptable. 2. Fat shaming in sitcoms and movies. The 90s had countless jokes about body weight. Characters in shows like Friends, Seinfeld, and Full House often used fat shaming as punchlines. Monica from Friends, for example, was mocked relentlessly for her weight in flashback episodes. At that time, people laughed it off. But today, society recognizes how damaging fat shaming can be. It's not just unfunny, it contributes to real mental health struggles. 3. Smoking as a cool factor. From music videos to teen dramas, smoking was often glamorized in the 90s. Supermodels, actors, and even teenage characters lit up on screen, portraying cigarettes as stylish and rebellious. Today, this would face instant backlash. With what we now know about the health consequences of smoking, promoting it as cool would be criticized heavily for misleading and harming audiences. 4. Problematic gender roles in sitcoms. The boys will be boys defense was everywhere. In the 90s, sitcoms often portrayed men as clueless husbands and women as nagging wives. Even worse, casual disrespect toward women was often brushed off as comedy. Storylines normalized toxic masculinity, downplayed consent, and made sexism a punchline. In today's cultural climate, such portrayals would spark heated debate and likely face cancellation. 5. Homophobic jokes as punchlines. 90s were not friendly to the LGBTQ+ community in mainstream media. Many shows use homophobia as humor, where characters express disgust or fear of being perceived as gay. For example, gay panic jokes were common. Two men hugging or sharing a moment would trigger laughter at their expense. Such portrayals today would not only face backlash, but also alienate audiences who demand representation and respect. 6. Extreme 90s diet culture. The 90s were defined by toxic diet. Trends everything from fat-free processed snacks to crash. Diets like the cabbage soup plan. Magazines and TV shows pushed unrealistic body standards, especially for women. Even fitness ads were extreme, selling pills and quick-fix solutions instead of promoting healthy lifestyles. Today, this culture of body shaming and diet obsession would face heavy criticism for encouraging eating disorders and unhealthy habits. 7. Culturally, insensitive fashion trends, from celebrities wearing bindis at music festivals to designers appropriating traditional African or indigenous patterns, the 90s had a huge problem with cultural appropriation. At that time, it was brushed off as fashion forward. But in today's world, borrowing sacred cultural symbols without understanding their meaning is called out as disrespectful. This is one 90s trend that would definitely not fly today. 8. Unsafe toys and playground trends. Believe it or not, some of the most popular toys and games of the 90s would never be allowed today. From lawn darts with sharp tips to playground equipment without safety standards, kids were exposed to real risks. Even the famous slip-and slide caused injuries because it wasn't designed for older kids. Today's parents and safety regulators would instantly cancel these fun but dangerous trends. 9. Obsession with tabloid culture in the 90s. Tabloids thrived on tearing celebrities apart. Paparazzi hounded stars like Princess Diana and Britney Spears, often with devastating consequences. The media portrayed harassment as entertainment, and the public consumed it without question. Today, audiences are more aware of mental health and the dark side of fame. That kind of media exploitation would trigger immediate outrage and boycotts. 10. Problematic music lyrics and videos. The 90s gave us iconic music, but some lyrics and videos from that era would not survive in today's. Cancel culture. Many songs objectified women, glorified violence, or used offensive language that went unchallenged back then. Even popular boy bands and rap groups reinforce harmful stereotypes. Today's audience is quick to call out artists for lyrics that promote misogyny, violence, or exclusion.